Hey friends, it is Ashley with Charlie Rose Creations. I make and sell glitter tumblers and I teach other women how to make and sell their own. Let me just get set up over here on my iPad so I can read comments. Oh no, do not want to hear myself. Okay, so when you come on and tell me hey, when you're coming from, y'all, today, straight up, being totally honest, I am super tired. If you follow me on Instagram, I mentioned that today is day 1 of potty training. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like, I've done this before. It's not like it's my first time doing it, but, I know nobody likes it. Nobody likes doing potty training. But yeah, I think I mentally blocked out how bad it was. And yeah, so, but anyway, if you're not following me on Instagram, you can go over there to catch all the riveting details of our potty training journey. But she did, just as you know, she had 2 accidents, but she also went in the potty twice. So huge for us. So we're doing, Heather, I did the 3-day method. Not that I haven't read the book or anything. And so we don't wear any bottoms at all for 3 days. And I give her a lot of water, and to encourage her to actually go. And we pretty much stay home. We don't do anything, and we don't make it a big deal if she has accidents or anything, because again, she's learning. Is it frustrating when she pees on my rug? Sure, but she's learning, and so we're all about showing her lots and lots of grace. But she's doing a really good job. So anyway, that's what my day has been like all day today. And I don't, with our first one, he never showed any signs of being ready, like, at all. And he turned 3, and I was like, son, yeah, it's time. You need to go to the potty. And so I had to, like, kind of really push him. I don't think he was 3. I think he was 3.5. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking about this. Yes, he was 3.5, because we did it over Christmas break, and he turned 3. He had turned 3 in August, and so he's 4.5 now, but so we did it a year ago. But anyway, yeah, potty training is the pits, and so for him at 3.5, I was like, dude, it's time. With her, she was showing like all the signs, like, sorry, we're having a potty training discussion for, whatever. Hopefully there's lots of moms on here. And so anyway, for her, she would tell us when she had gone to the bathroom. She told us when we needed to change her diaper. She kept telling me that she needed to go on to the potty and doing all the things. And so this morning I was like, okay, we're doing it. No diapers today. And she looks at me and she was like, no, mama, diaper. I was like, no, baby, no diaper. And so she just couldn't get it. And so when I put her on her dress with nothing, and and she like looked at me and she was like, she kept like looking down and like looking at me like, what is happening here? It was so funny. And so anyway, yeah, it's not fun, but it's part of life. And I was like, Brandon, I don't know if I chose a great time to do this. And he just looked at me and he goes, there's never a great time to potty train. And if that is not the absolute truth. So I have heard that, girls are easier to potty train than boys. I can't tell you for sure if that's correct or not. We're only on day 1. I'm hoping that she will kind of get in the groove of it by day 3. Henry he had gotten into the groove of it by day 3. And but like, was he still perfect? No, not by any means. So she starts back school on Monday, so I get to send her. And so I'm hoping that, like, if she sees some other kids go in, it'll be like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm going to do this. So anyway, sorry. So anyway, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me over there. And in my stories is pretty much, I pretty much just do all personal stuff over there. And yeah, so if you care, you can go follow along. All right, so today I have 5 tumblers that I want to epoxy. One of them is going to be my own personal tumbler, because I got 2 new sizes in the other day, and I prefer the skinnies. Oh, my Instagram, I'm sorry, you guys. It's Charlie Rose Creations over there, if you type that in. If Shauna's watching this, she can pop that in there. So anyway, so I got 2 new sizes. I'm going to show you those tomorrow so you can like actually see a picture of them. But I got a new coffee mug because I didn't like I tried one out before. I did not like it. So I got a different one. It looks like the Yeti one, which I've always liked that. And then I got a 30-ounce skinny. A lot of my group had been asking me about that, like what I thought about it, if I was going to really like it, or I don't know. I got it in, and I think I'm gonna like it. And so I glittered one for me, because I have a skinny 20 that I use for my coffee. This is gonna be like a water bottle. So yes. And then the other 4 are going to be part of the live sale on Friday. So, yeah. So I did, Mona, yeah, I got those in. I only bought 10 of each because I was like, I don't want to buy a whole bunch if I don't like them. Because if I don't like them and I don't like using them myself, I'm not going to sell them. And I haven't used it myself. It's the 30-ounce skinny is a little wider than the 20, and yeah, and it's taller obviously because it's 30 ounces. It's got to hold 10 more ounces. So I'll let you know what I think after I use it. I'm hoping I'll be able to use it by this weekend. Probably not this weekend, maybe Sunday. Yeah, and then I've got 2 skinny, I've got all skinnies on here. I didn't realize that. I have 2 skinny 20 ounces that have black glitter on them. So I'm doing an experiment on that, so you get to be a part of the experiment. You can tell me what you think. So my glitter supplier that I purchased from, and like you guys, I order from like a factory, and so they have certain colors that they provide, but you can modify those, mix things up, blah, blah, blah. So they sent a black. I'm not super in love with it. So I kind of made my own special black. I like it. Because if you've never glittered or epoxied, or maybe you've never dealt with black glitter before, black glitter is the worst. When you put epoxy on it, almost always it's gonna look like tar, and it's just, there's gonna be zero sparkle, and it's just gonna look, almost look painted, which kind of sucks. So yeah. Heather, I don't know what you mean by seal, if you mean epoxy or spray sealer. Number one, I don't use spray sealer unless like I'm doing like black and white stripes or something like that. And then I wait at least I wait until it's dry. So I wait 4 or 5 hours for the glitter to be dry. I brush it off really good. Hang on. I'll have to, oh, I don't think you can see much of the mess. That's great. I use one of these brushes, and I hold it like this down here, and I like squish all the bristles together so it's more rough than this. And I brush off all the excess glitter that didn't stick, and then I spray seal it. Then I let that dry for about an hour or so, and then I can epoxy. If you're talking about epoxying, which is what I'm doing today, I usually let my cups dry overnight just to be 100% sure that they are totally dry. If you put epoxy on when the Mod Podge is still wet, it's going to look cloudy and gross and not great. So, I use foam footballs from the Dollar Tree to hold my tumblers on there. And yes, so somebody was asking about what I use. So if you're going to bulk glitters, I use poly glitter. And then now I prefer the size, the 0.015 size. Bulk glitters doesn't sell a lot of that. That's not their jam. That's not what they do. They sell a lot of like the ultra fine, which is 0.008. That's totally fine to use. Sizing of glitter is totally personal preference. I've said totally 12 times. I'm really sorry about that. It's a personal preference and it's what you like. A lot of people do not like the 0.015, but that's okay. That's what I like. So that's what I use. I really don't like to use the ultrafine. I don't feel like my sparkle is as good. And when you go on there, you're going to be overwhelmed because there's like 12,000 different choices of what you can use. And when you click poly, I usually stick in the metallic or iridescent category. Those are my two. All right, hang on. I'm going to go ahead and get this epoxy mixing while I am talking. All right, so I did this yesterday, but I used these little FIFO bottles. We're going to go with that's how you pronounce it because I'm not totally sure. Sarah told me yesterday that it was FIFO, so we're going to go with that. So I just like these little bottle things because it makes it so much easier to measure it, and like I don't pour too much usually. Okay. All right, and then I keep them in a little cup like this. You really shouldn't have to. Like, I don't have anything in here. I do it just to be sure. Just to be sure. I don't want epoxy getting everywhere. And again, I did this yesterday too, but epoxy is pretty much my life. So a big popsicle stick. Oh, what spray sealer do I use? I use Rust-Oleum 2X clear acrylic sealer. It's the only kind. Do not get like the Rust-Oleum one that says it's a glitter sealer. Don't get that. You're going to spray that on your tumbler and you're going to go to put epoxy on and you're going to get these giant like dimples or fish eyes. It's going to be really gross. So just make sure that you get like the 2X clear acrylic sealer or like clear enamel or something like that. Oh, Heather, we can't wait to have you. Kimberly, the website for bulk glitter is bulkglitters.com. Let's see. Heather, you don't have to join a waiting list. As long as you know when it's open, it's opening January 29th and it's closing February 1st. Erin, I'm not doing anything right now except mixing. That's why I'm not showing you. I'm just kind of doing this number, just mixing it up slowly. So I do this off camera because there's no special technique except to make sure you do it pretty slowly. But yeah, Heather, you don't need to be on a waiting list. As long I'll post the link, and as long as you sign up during that time period, you'll be good. Yeah, Patricia, I think I actually have one on here, but yeah, I can post, I can try to post one. I already have everything scheduled for tomorrow. Hey, Fran. Marianne, I got the FIFO bottles from Amazon. Shauna's already on top of that. I was going to say something else and I lost it. It says potty training mama, being tired. My brain's not great. I don't remember. Yeah. So, Shauna just posted this, but it's a really good point. On my website, I have, a little tab that says like Ashley's Amazon favorites or Ashley's Amazon products or something like that. So pretty much whatever I, use that I get off of Amazon, you can find there. Yeah, Michelle, it's $32 for the group. I am using, Marcy's already got that. I'm using FX Premium Epoxy. Some people have said they've had issues like with part A, I think. It'll like crystallize and stuff. Sorry, I'm getting notifications on my iPad. And so anyway, some people have said that, just to throw that out there with premium. I have had 0 issues with my premium FX epoxy. I ordered two big batches this last time, but none of them have any issues. So I honestly think it just depends. It's like if it's having to travel through really cold temperatures, I think that's when you have issues. Somebody yesterday said that they like put their part A, whichever one was crystallizing, into like a really hot water bath and let it sit for a while. And it's almost like it kind of gets that stuff melted back up. So just for anybody. All right, and I'm still mixing, and you can tell it's not ready because it is not clear at all. It is still kind of streaky looking. So most people have issues. If they're going to have issues, this is what they have issues with, is the epoxy part. And they freak out about the bubbles. Number one, you don't have to freak out about the bubbles. If you use a heat gun or a torch afterwards, like it should be fine. And well, let me rephrase that. It's always been fine for me. It's always been fine for me. I haven't had any issues with bubbles and stuff as long as I use a heat gun. So people, if they have problems with epoxy, they'll say that their cup is like, you know, it's part of it is sticky, or it doesn't cure at all and it's all sticky. If that's the problem, here's what happened. Either you did not mix up perfectly even amounts of part A and part B, or you did not mix it up thoroughly enough. So it's Premium FX Epoxy by countertopepoxy.com. Cassandra, I don't have problems with my epoxy turning yellow, and that's one of the things that the premium is supposed to kind of correct. The standard will sometimes yellow, the premium's not supposed to. I don't feel like mine yellows at all. I'm looking at some of my white ones over there, and I would say no. How do I know when it's mixed enough? That's a great question. It'll be totally clear and it won't be streaky. So if you see like streaks in it and stuff, that means it's not mixed up enough. So I'm still mixing this because I can still see a few, I don't know if you see those little streaks throughout right there? Sarah, let's see what your comment is. I've had a second layer on my epoxy cup. I can't tell you, Sarah, whether or not you should sand yet, because I can't feel it, and I can't see your cup. Honestly, it depends on like how bad it is, and just be prepared. If you sand it, then you could sand some of like the color off of the glitter. So if you feel like that may happen, then you probably want to wait and do another coat. How do I feel about faux result? Okay, so I have used pretty much every single epoxy that's out there except for that one because, Sarah, yeah, if it's pretty bumpy, I wouldn't. I've used pretty much every epoxy out there and until I found the FX epoxy, which is what I loved. And then Faux Rizzle came out way after I've been using this. and it's made by the same people that do art resin. I've tried art resin before. I did not like it, and so I don't feel like I'm gonna like faux rizzle. A lot of people, hang on, let me get some gloves. Thought I had some other ones. A lot of people have said that they've had issues with it, not curing, or all kinds of crazy stuff. I know that FX works for me, and so that's what I use. But if you are still looking, and everybody likes something different. There are lots of people out there that like Pro Marine epoxy. I did not. Everybody likes something different. So if you try something that you find something that's different from what I use, but it's what you like, then you do that. All right, I am going to point you down so that you can see what I'm doing, because I'm about to start doing stuff. And it's going to be squeaky. And if you feel like sharing, now is a great time to share before I actually start doing things. Like really like doing what my life is all about. I would truly appreciate it, because that's how people find me. It's like a big old hug. All right, so it's gonna squeak because these are really old. Really old turners. I've been doing this a while, you guys. Hang on, I've gotta fix this. Hang on, I'm so sorry. There we go. Hopefully that's all right. Ah! I'm sorry. Y'all, this is, I hate this stand. For real. I hate it. It's not as easy to use as my tripod. Okay, so these are the first 3 cups. This is the one that's gonna be mine. Rizzle is made by Art Resin, although I believe that Art Resin is like an offshoot of countertop epoxy. I don't know 100% because I haven't done a ton of research into it, because I'm not planning on swapping. No, I'm sorry. I think it's this one that's so noisy. It's old. All right, so I use a gloved hand to apply mine. I may shut that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're just not gonna do that one today. I'll do it after y'all leave or something. All right, so I just apply mine with a gloved hand like this. Other people have used like silicone brushes. There's lots of other things you can use. This is just what I like, so it's what I use, obviously. And now this one's gonna act up. Y'all, my turners are so needy. They need all the attention. I said that I was gonna get these swapped over. That I was gonna get Brandon to swap them over to like the different style so you don't hear it. And I did not. I did not. Okay, and y'all are gonna give me a bunch of tips on how to make them not squeaky. When I tell you I have tried every single thing, I mean, I have tried every single thing. So, I appreciate your help, but yeah. All right, so this is gonna be mine. This is the 30-ounce skinny, so you can kind of tell the difference in size here. Oh, maybe not, because you can't see this one. Let's move this over this way. Ooh. Y'all, I'm really sorry about this. Just show me some grace. Oh, dear goodness. Boop. I want you to be able to see the size difference. And now my hand is sweaty. I'm not going to be able to get it back in a glove. Okay, now I will say I have not tried cooking spray. That is the only thing I haven't tried. I've tried WD-40, special oil that we bought online that was supposed to be for stuff like this, and all the things. Oh, good gracious. When your hand is sweaty, it's like super hard to get your fingers in here. I'm so sorry. All right, so anyway, this is the 30-ounce skinny, which is, this is a personal one. I wanted to try it before I sold it. And then this is the 20-ounce skinny. So you can kind of see the size difference there. And so I just kind of slap it on there, and I go pretty fast. I have no idea what I'm going to put on this. I think I'm going to try a new technique out. If the stuff comes for me to try it, I had to order some things. Did I modify? No. So this is the same, it's the small football. It's the same small football that I use on the regular 20 ounces. I'm telling you, like, I use that for everything. Son of a biscuit, you guys. It's like I'm out of my groove for this. It's like I'm just out of the groove for doing lives. I don't know what is happening. Oh, yeah. So, you guys, these are the old ones that I have. And, you know, Brandon made these back before, you know, when we were just trying out different things and we needed them done quickly. I have some new ones that have the PVC pipe on them, and they don't make any noise. So, okay, goodness. Okay. So I swapped gloves because I had a bunch of pink on my glove for this one, and I was going to wipe it off, and then I got a bunch of junk on it. So just so you know what is happening and why I'm being such a spastic, crazy person. There you go. That's why. You see? Okay. So these are the two different blacks. Hopefully you can see them okay. And this is the original one. And this is the one I modified. So we're going to see what they look like without epoxy on them. I mean, with epoxy on them. I'm not loving this one. Yeah, I'm opening, so live sale is on Friday, like as in tomorrow. I believe tomorrow's Friday. And then I'm opening up for custom orders on the 7th, which is Monday. Yeah, y'all, I'm not loving this one. Looks like tar, thank you. If it stays that way, I am gonna just strip it. Black is super, super hard. Just like crazy hard. All right, and so this one right next to me. So this is what I got from the, like, direct from the factory. I did nothing to it. And this is my custom mix that I did. Now the thing is since black does not sparkle on its own, if you want it to sparkle, a lot of times you have to add something to it. So this has a holographic in it. And so it's going to reflect other colors besides the black, which is just par for the course for me. But obviously really liking this one. Y'all, I may keep this one for me too. What do you think? If you're in my group, I'm gonna, I'll post like a video of these tomorrow for you to vote on. Let me know, or not necessarily vote on, but just let me know what you like. But I am liking this one. Yeah, like you can't, I mean, it shimmers, this one shimmers a little bit, but it's super, super subtle. And then this one is more like in your face sparkle. So this is a little bit lighter than this one. What I think I'm going to do with this one, because I don't want to have to strip it because I'm lazy. Oh, thank you guys. So on my iPad, this looks super, super fuzzy, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, this one is way sparklier than this one. And this one, I don't want to have to strip it. So I am Rebecca, yay! I'm so excited for you. Rebecca joined the Inner Circle. If you don't know what the Inner Circle is, that is the business coaching group that I'm a part of. I've been in it. August was a year. So I've been in it, almost in February, it'll be a year and a half. I'm sorry, I can't math. Will be a year and a half, and it has done wonders for my business. Let me rephrase that. When I actually started doing the things that she told me to, it did wonders for my business. And Jennifer Allwood is the one who does it, and she's got open enrollment right now for like people on the waiting list. I think it's not like open to the public. So I'm gonna add something different to this. I think I'm gonna add my little dots that I have. Hang on. All right, so I'm just gonna add these to kind of make it look a little more interesting. Here we go. We're just gonna like go all over it. And I have to be really careful when I do this. Like I don't flick the dots everywhere, or otherwise they'll go on the other tumblers. So I try to be super careful about that. I'm sure I still did it a little bit, but there we go. And now it looks all fun, and it's okay that it's not crazy sparkly because it has dots on it. All right. Yeah, this is so fun. I love doing this, and it's super easy, but it like just totally just makes it look way more fun. Oh, Debbie also signed up for the Inner Circle. Yay! Let's see. The live sale tomorrow is at 8:30. Pretty much every single thing I'm doing, my goal is to be on here at 8:30. Yeah, that's just my goal, to be on here at 8:30. So, okay. So the next step is to do my heat gun part. I'm just going to show you on these two so I don't have to move it again, because it looks super crazy. So anyway, this is the heat gun I have. It's a hot mess because I've had it forever and ever. I got it at Harbor Freight. I believe I spent like $9, $10 on it, and super, super affordable. I use it on the low setting, and I put it about this close to the tumbler. And I just go in this motion, continuous. Don't let it sit in one spot too long, or you could char the, like, kind of like burn the epoxy, and also make it really runny in that part, which you don't want to do. And I just try to make sure I get it on one full rotation. Okay, so it's going to be loud, so give me... Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for right now, because I can do the other ones in a minute when I get off of this live. But I wanted to make sure I was able to answer everybody's questions if they had any. So let's see if I can do this without, like, whoop. Oh, I have glitter in my hair. Oh, hello. Okay, all right, so the heat gun is used, I found this out kind of by accident. I think when I was first doing tumblers, sorry, I'm moving my wireless router for just a second. When I was first doing tumblers, and I had no idea what in the world I was doing, this was 2.5 years ago, and it was I was doing stuff for Christmas, and so it was cold in the room. I was cold, so I was like, I'm gonna turn on this little mini heater, and I remember, like, I kind of pointed it at me because I was sitting next to the tumblers that I was doing. This is back when I was turning things on a broom handle. Just so you know, you don't have to have a turner. Like, I used all kinds of janky stuff to get my stuff done. So anyway, I turned on the heat little thing, and I was like, Brandon, these cups look way better than the last ones I did. And so I was like, okay, let's experiment. So I went and bought a heat gun, and boom, I found out it pops all the bubbles. I feel like it gives it a much glassier look, and it's just like I have to do it. It's like compulsion now. I can't not do it. So like on the glitter tumblers, you can't see the bubbles as much as you can on a painted tumbler, but yeah, I feel like it just looks way better. So, any other questions we have happening? Oh, Kimberly, thank you. You're so sweet. Do I always do 3 coats of epoxy? Yes. Well, yes, mostly. So not always. Okay, so on glittered tumblers, 99.9% of the time, I'm going to do 3 layers of epoxy. I do 2 layers of epoxy, sand, decal, 3rd layer. If it's a painted tumbler, I paint it, let it cure for 24 hours, apply the decal, and do 1 coat of epoxy. If it's good after 1 coat, I leave it and move on. So, y'all, it is hot. So hot in here. Yeah, so for those people who don't know, the thing, these are, yes, they're hand wash. I've mentioned this before, and I'm not ashamed. I don't wash mine every day. Sorry, another thing of glitter. I don't wash mine every day. I rinse it out. I think I wash mine once a week. So I have like designated cups. So I have 1 cup that is my coffee cup, and coffee is the only thing that goes in there. I'm just now making me a water cup. I do have other tumblers, but a lot of them are 30 ounces, really too big for my hands, and I don't like to use them. So I'm hoping that this 30-ounce skinny won't be too bad. If it is, I will be doing a 20-ounce skinny for me. The kind of paint I use is Rust-Oleum 2X. Okay, glitter twice, epoxy twice, decal, epoxy again. The dot glitters came from a buy-in group on Facebook. Kimberly, the list of Amazon products I buy are on my website, charlierosecreations.com. If you're on your cell phone, there's like 3 little lines. I call it the hamburger. 3 little lines. If you click that, it says Ashley's Amazon favorites or something like that. Beth, I use Mod Podge to get the glitter to stick to the tumblers. Elizabeth, you can't order right now because my website is not open, but you'll be able to order on Monday, and it's at charlierosecreations.com. Yeah, Amy, it wasn't this hot in here earlier. I mean, like, I am sweating. So sorry, I know y'all really wanted to know that. So bad, and like, it's bad. I don't even have my heat lamp on. So Ashley asked, does your room have to be a certain temperature for your epoxy to cure? Yes and no. Epoxy does not like cold temperatures. If it gets below like 70, it's not gonna do what you want it to. It's gonna take longer to cure, or it's going to possibly not cure. I mean, it really totally depends on how cold it is. So I make sure I keep mine pretty warm. I also use a heat lamp in the general area, like in my cup area, because this room is huge. And as you can see right here, there's a giant cased opening right there. There's also one on the other side of the room, and so there's no way to like close it off to keep it warm in here. So I use the heat lamps to keep the area around my cups warm. If you buy heat lamps, do not like put it right over your tumbler. I just kind of do it in the same general area. So did I miss any questions? How long do I have them on the turner? I usually do mine overnight. When my kids are in school, I'm able to do epoxy first thing in the morning. I'm not when they're here because potty training and toddlers, right? So I leave these overnight, but if I do it in the morning, so I'm able to start around 9:45, and I can pull them off around 2. Megan, if your rods are coming out of your turner, what we do, and this is kind of janky again, I'm not scared, is, hang on, where are my things? Okay. We get our little gloves, and we cut off part of the finger and slip it over the rod, and then Brandon very forcefully jams it in the motor. And so it just kind of provides a little bit of extra resistance to help it not slip out. Because the thing is these motors were not created to function this way. They were created to be supported on both ends with the motor and then something holding the rod. And then in the middle, it was meant to support something that you are, you know, rotisserie-ing. Is that a word? On your grill. And so it's meant to have that support on there, which is why, another reason why some of the motors can also malfunction and break over time. They're not meant to be used this way. So although I have had these for at least a year and a half, if not longer. So just FYI. Angie, the code to find the glitter is, I'll tag you when I get off here. But if you search in the group and search glitter, it should be one of those. I'm actually going to change it tonight, so I'll post that in the announcements where the schedule is. I need to just add it there anyway. Marcy. Yeah, so my glitter shelves are slowly starting to fill up. A lot of mine are down here because I was just doing samples, but they're slowly starting to fill up with mine, and that's really exciting. For someone who said they'd never sell glitter, it is amazeballs. All right, so Kimberly, I don't know if you want to know like what they are, because I'm not going to take it off the tripod because it's crazy. But this is a 1x2 right here. And these were drilled directly into the studs. And then this is a 1x4, and it was set on top of that and then drilled down in the back to kind of hold it. And then the reason we did this versus buying something else is I wanted to have a custom size. And if you buy stuff, you can't do that. And plus, like, Brandon he pretty much makes me anything that I want. I mean, the business pays for the materials and then he makes it for me. So right now he's making me a shipping station because he's thebomb.com, which I also showed you a sneak peek of that. I shared his post on my Instagram the other day, and it's looking so cute. He's out there painting it today. So Angie, that's totally fine. There's a lot on there. Caitlin, yes, I actually have them sitting somewhere, and I may get Brandon to help me sort them because I have to be able to count out the total number of each color I have, take pictures of it. So the goal is to have that as an add-on available come Monday when the things are open. Yep. Okay, well, if that is it, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And if you haven't shared and you feel like sharing, you know I appreciate that. And I really, I love getting to come on here and hopefully teach you a little something or just hang out with you guys. So I appreciate you. Just know that. Kimberly, I make my decals. I have a Silhouette Cameo 3, and I make them myself, which is probably going to be the easiest thing for you to do because you can control the size, the color, the fonts, and all of that. And if you order it from somebody else, a lot of it's kind of out of your control. And I'm a weirdo about fonts, like real weird. You'll notice I use the same ones over and over again because they're my favorite. And so, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to finish epoxying the rest of these things I've got to do, hopefully, if I feel like it. And I will see you tomorrow for the live sale at 8:30. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye, guys.